So this is just a brief tutorial on the Vespa PMP device, which stands for PIAGGIO Multimedia Platform. There are a few different part numbers that I'll post for the actual the components that are needed, but basically I've already kind of pre-disassembled a few things here. But you'll get in the part numbers that we'll have listed. What will be necessary is the ECU device that comes with the bracket. It also comes with the hardware, and of course this foam pad, and of course the module for the PMP device. You also will get this cover that's to replace the original and will be color matched to the vehicle that you intend to replace on the 946, along with this rubber plug here that's around here for the USB connector for the iPhone or Android device. And we can see where those two are going to be connected. It's good to put the rubber grommet in first, and of course to slide the connector through. That will make it a lot easier. As far as the vehicle, I've already started some of the disassembly. You can see that I already removed the actual panel, which consists of 2 bolts that get removed, and of course there's these tension clips that are in this area here on the left and the right. So it requires just a little bit of tugging on it. Once you tug it, it should pop it free, and the panel should pop this way first and slide out. The next thing you want to do is to start to remove all the screws that hold this panel in. I believe there's one here, one on this side, one in the middle. You also have to remove all the screws on the outside, including the outer panel that sits here. There's one screw that holds that gets removed, and of course there are 2 more additional screws that get removed from here as well. You'll need a T30 and a T25 to remove that. Also, you'll have to remove the battery cover. There's a little plastic cover that sits over that. You'll have to remove that along with the additional bolt holding it down. And you'll have to disconnect your negative lead on the battery as well. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this entire panel that we see here to get to both connectors, and of course to mount that CDI module we saw earlier in this area as mentioned in the instructions. So removing all of those screws, including the ones here on the opposite side, so you just repeat what we had going on here. We repeat that for the other side as well. Once that's all been loosened up, this whole panel here should slide forward and be able to move it out of the way. The reason why we have to remove it out of the way is when we get to the front horn cover, we'll have to remove the emblem, remove the T30 Torx fitting, the bolt that goes right through there. We'll have to remove that. But there are 2 additional T25 screws on the inside of the leg shields. That way, once this is removed, what that will allow us is accessibility to mount our CDI module as instructed in the instructions. So I'll make another video once I get all this apart, everything mounted, and talk about the connectors, and of course use the mount supplied that's of course attached to the handlebars for the iPhone device. So I'll record that in another segmented video here just to show you what you need to disassemble in order to get this connected.